We're here at the end of day one at CIPD's annual conference and exhibition in Manchester. Rachel Burnham is with me. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How's your day been? What's been the key learnings for you today?
I think the key thing for me has been hearing about CIPD's public policy work. So this is the work that CIPD does to influence government initiatives, policies around skills and employment legislation, and there's an awful lot going on at the moment. So one of the things that's really big on everybody's agenda is of course what happens post-Brexit, and are there going to be big changes for us? So one of the areas where I think actually we can slightly relax at the moment is around changes to employment protection. That's not to say that there won't be changes, but probably not in the short term. So there's quite a lot to be worked through before we start to see any changes there coming through. But where I think we do need to be planning ahead is around investing in skills. Now, it's not going to be any great surprise to hear me say that because I work in L&D, but I think with all the changes around migration, it's going to be so much harder for people to be migrating to Britain, and there are many organisations, many sectors in the economy that potentially are going to be facing quite big skills gaps, and so we need to be starting to think now about investing in skills. It might be nice to wish that the Brexit decision hadn't been made, but we've got to face up to the reality of that, so that means investing in skills right now.
So big challenges for L&D.
Yes.
And what would your big tip be for L&D in driving things forward? What's the key number one focus, would you say?
Well, I think there's lots of things to be thought about. There's making good use of the apprenticeship levy, really getting your head around that and how to make effective use of that, but also thinking about skills development very broadly and making sure that we're not just looking at one aspect of skills development, but looking very broadly about what our particular organisations need so that we can actually have the skills available really right across the organisation. One of the key areas that I think we still underinvest in is the development of line managers, and I think if we want to really start addressing productivity, which is lower in the UK and lower in the north of the UK, then we've got to start investing in having effective line managers. So I think that's a big area to pay attention to, but there's going to be very particular things in lots of different organisations that are specific to that organisation.
Absolutely. Good stuff. So lots for us to think about in the industry, lots of challenges ahead, lots for us to keep on top of. And this for me, a huge fan of CPD and developing our knowledge and keeping up to date. This is saying to me, if there was ever a time to focus on our own developed knowledge, keeping up to date with things, now is that time, isn't it?
And making sure that we've got effective networks, and that was something that's coming through in the keynote. I didn't get to hear that, but I've been reading all the blogs, and there's lots of interesting blogs about that, and looking at making sure that we've got an effective network so that if we don't have the answers, we know somebody who does have the answers, and we can put people in touch through those networks. So developing our own personal learning network, really important.
Of course, yeah, and there's the face-to-face networks, isn't there? I was at Leaders in Learning last night, and you were there as well. That's a great network of people. So there's loads of in real life networks that you can be involved in. There's still a surprising number of people that aren't engaging on social media.
Yes.
And again, I'd urge those people, this is the place to be, finding out the news, the changes, the information as it happens, when it happens, and building personal learning networks online and offline. There's lots of value in doing both of those.
And the two of those are very complementary. One of the points for me is how much having a network through social media can enhance then the personal interactions, the in-person interactions that you have with people, because you can already have built a relationship and know something about the interests of the individual and the sorts of professional fields that they're involved in. And then when you meet people, it's a great way of you're really off to a fantastic start and able to start a conversation at a much sort of deeper level than you would do otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. so some good key points there. Thank you very much for sharing those. Keeping on top of change, thinking about the skills that we need to develop, and kind of predicting the skills that we need as things evolve and things change, and being very well connected with personal learning networks and stuff like that too. Spot on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.